Hey, it's day 19. Training video time. See things daily. Seeing things daily helps you to keep it at the forefront of your mind, what you want to achieve, what you want to get. I have a to-do list that I keep on my phone, and on that to-do list, I have tangible things and what feel like momentarily intangible things. So I have all the things that I know that on a daily basis, if I set my mind to it, I can do and I can create and will happen if I put my energy towards it. And then I always have one or two things on there, and they're different for each day, but they are things that maybe I don't know how to get right away, or I'm not ready to take action on them, or I'm not sure how to move forward. But they're on there, and they're intentions, and they're things that I want, and things that I am, like, goals I'm setting for myself, essentially. And what I noticed by doing that, I mean, I've been doing this for, like, over a year. And in this year, I noticed that when I first started doing it, I was like, I'd see the thing, and I'd see it, like, week after week. What's up, Joy? I'd see it week after week after week, and I would start to feel like, oh my gosh, why can't I just do this thing? My mental chatter would go crazy, and I would start to try and beat myself up. And then I was like, no, it's on here, and it's not happened yet, because either I'm not ready to receive it, or I'm not ready to put the action towards it, or it's just not supposed to happen for me yet. So I'd keep it on there, and I'd keep it on there. And the magical thing that happens is that you get to a time that when the week rolls around, and you always know on Tuesday, that thing is always on Tuesday. Ah, it's Tuesday. Shoot, look at that thing. There comes a time when a Tuesday comes around, and you're ready to take action, and you know what to do. You know how to move forward, and you know how to create it in your life. And the more you see this happen, like, I've seen this happen probably 50 times for myself now. And that makes me certain, whenever I see it now, I don't feel bad about it. I feel excited about it. And I just feel like, okay, well, if I don't think I have the resources right now to take action or have it, then that's okay. I know it's going to come around. I know by seeing it over and over and over, I'm going to create a way for it to come to me. And I always do. And that's not just me, that's you too. That's how it works for everybody. So you put this thing on your list, or you put these things on your list, and even if you don't know how to do it exactly yet, you don't beat yourself up. You just go, there's going to be a time when I know how to do this, and the resources are there, and I'm ready. And then I'll take action and I'll receive it. I'm trying to think of the example that I had today. What was it? Oh, yes. Okay. So there's a modeling agency here in Orange County, and I moved to Orange County almost a year ago. And when I first moved here, I was like, oh, I'm totally going to apply to this modeling agency. Yeah, it's awesome. People say it's great. I'm going to apply to it. And it's literally been on my to-do list for like almost a year. Yeah, pretty much a year. It's been on there. And like I see it every week, and I'm always like, apply to this modeling agency, apply to this modeling agency. And like there have been weeks where I've taken certain action steps towards it. But honestly, when I look back, I'm like, I don't think I was ready. Like, either I didn't allow myself to be ready, or I tried to play a game with myself like I didn't have the resources, or here's the biggest story that was keeping me from doing that, was I would tell myself that I started my own modeling company. I don't know if you guys know that, but I do social media images for brands. And when I started this company, I noticed that with other agencies that I signed with, like in San Diego, they would, in the contract it said, they would make a cut off of every job booked in San Diego. So I had this fear in my mind that if I did apply to this modeling agency in Orange County, and say they signed me, and say that was part of the contract, that every sale I made as a model, they get a cut of, even if it's something that I brought into myself and not something that they brought to me. I had this like stop button on it because of that, and I was like, no, like, I mean, I didn't start my own modeling company so that I could give a cut to somebody who didn't even have anything to do with it. I started it so I could create the rules for myself, and that's how I always create things. I'm like, let me just create the rules for myself. If somebody's not doing it the way that would be the most fun and exciting for me, then I'm going to create my own. And that applies to you too. If you ever feel that way and you're like, I'm working for this company or I'm doing this thing and, you know, it's like cool, but I wish they did this, this, and this. It's like, go out and create your own. Create your own. Why not? You have a whole lifetime. Might as well. So that held me back. That thought that, oh yeah, they're going to take a cut of my money. And every time I saw the to-do list on there, I'd always be like, I'm not going to do it yet. Or if I finally was like so tired of myself pushing it off, I would be like, okay, cool. Like I'll just, so to apply, I have to send them these specific photos. And I was just going to take the photos with my iPhone, but Josh was like, oh yeah, let's make them, like, they need to be good. They have to have, like, real lighting and a photographer with a great camera. And he's like, they look natural, but really these are taken with, like, as professionals. So I was like, okay, Josh knows a lot more about this than I do, so I'm going to listen to him, which was another thing I allowed to hold myself back. I allowed that to hold me back by being like, oh, I got to get the right photographer, and I, like, took photos with somebody a few months back and they just weren't very good photos, and I was like, oh, I don't want to submit those. It just, like, it didn't look like me, and so I pushed it off, all these different reasons and excuses and ways that I could push it off. I was like, no, and I think subconsciously I was really just pushing it off because I was like, if I do apply there, I'm going to have to give a cut of this pay. What's up, Lisa? I'm going to have to give a cut of my pay to this company. So if you're just joining in, I'm talking about how to put something on your to-do list every day, and even if it's not something you take action on daily, make it something, make it something that you see daily, because if you see it daily, it's gonna, when the right time comes around, you're gonna take action on it. And for me, I had a to-do list item for the last year to apply to this modeling agency in Orange County, and I kept pushing it off. I came up with all these different reasons, which I just explained in the video. And one of them was that I felt like if I did apply there, they would take a cut of the money that I make as a modeling company myself. And the truth of the matter is, if I really sat with it and I really looked into it and I really journaled about this or whatever I wanted to do or talked to somebody about it, I would realize that I can create the contract. Like, I can take the contract they give me and I can modify it to say what I want it to say. And if they won't do that, then I don't have to work with them. And that's the reality of it. And having that realization, how simple and how quick was that, right? But this is what we do, is certain things we allow, like, our brains can't wrap themselves around, like, how could this happen right now? So when it does happen, when you do finally have this conversation, this thing, it comes to you. So all the resources I needed have come to me this last week. I was like, you know what? I came to that realization. I was like, I can just create the contract how I want it to be. When that happened, boom, the perfect photographer came in. He got great photos for me. He had amazing lighting. Plus, right, this is how it always happens, so don't always expect that it's going to come to you how you think it will. Like, you don't always have to put super hard work into everything. So the same day that I was having the photographer take the photos for me, Josh had met somebody who models for that company and knows them really well, and she said, just send me a couple pictures of Steph and I'll submit her. Right? Even easier, foot in the door, boom. So all these resources started coming to me when I was ready, and I had been seeing this apply to this modeling agency on my to-do list every Tuesday for like the last year. And just to backtrack a little, if anybody's just joining in, it's in the beginning I started to make myself feel bad when it wasn't being accomplished week after week, but the truth of the matter is it's not happening for a reason, and it's okay. And it's like, the more you see it, the more you're creating it, the more you're manifesting it, the more you're bringing it into your life in a powerful and easy way. Sometimes you're just not ready to receive it. Like, I just wasn't ready to receive it, I'll be honest. I was too caught up in doing other stuff. I was too, like, mindset focused on my own modeling that I was building for myself with my company. I was not ready to receive it. Now I am ready to receive it, and all the resources came to me. So there's something very powerful in seeing it every single day, or once a week. And I have something on every different day. Like, one day I will receive $10,000 out of nowhere. And I just see it every week. And whether it happens or not in that week, I know it's going to happen one week. Like, there's going to be one week where something like random as anything happens. Maybe I win the lottery, maybe whatever. I don't know. Maybe a TV show hires me and that's how much they're going to pay me. I don't know. Like, anything can happen, but because I see that every day, I know that it will happen. So the homework, the action steps for today is to add, if you don't already have a to-do list, I have mine on my iPhone. I have it in my notes. And I love emojis. I think they're super fun. So it's like full of emojis. And like the things that I really need to make sure I do today have those like explosions next to them. And my workouts have an owl next to them. I don't know why, but I just thought the owl looked really cute. So I always have an owl next to my workout thing that I have every day. And I don't do a workout every day, but the intention is there every day. Like my mind is at least thinking like be active every day. Do something fun and be active every day. I have little unicorns next to stuff. Like, I just make it really fun. And within that, on every single thing, oh, look at those emojis. Those are awesome, Lisa. Within that, I have all these different little bursts of things that I might not know how to do right now, or I might not know how that can come to me or happen, but they're just things I want. And I have them dispersed in each day of each week. So there's a way that my mind starts to see it and believe it and then achieve it. It's just how it works. So inside of your notes, if you don't already have notes, create some notes of little to-do lists, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And within the things that you know you're going to do, throw one little thing in that you don't know how it's going to happen, but you want it to happen. And just look at it. Look at it every day, every week. And just see it, and don't stress yourself out on how you're going to get it. Just be like, I want that thing. The resources are going to come. And that's one fun way, Krista! That's one fun way that you can bring more happiness into your life, is by seeing how tangible things really are. We always think like, oh, I want this thing, but how can that happen? How is the most damaging word in the world. It's not about the how. It's not about how are you going to get it. How are you going to create it. It's about what do you want and feeling how it feels to have it. Josh and I started doing this new thing where we like hold each other's shoulders and we jump up and down and we just start like celebrating as if we already have the thing we want. And we're just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. This is so awesome. And we're like two little kids and we're just like jumping up and down and like looking at each other and just being like so smiley and happy. And we're like, yay, can you believe it? This is so fun. I just got this thing. And when you can feel the feelings of joy and happiness of having it more frequently than you do of fear and doubt that it can't happen or how will it happen, it's not logical, the things will come to you. So reduce the fear, reduce the doubt. Don't focus on the how. Just focus on the feeling of what it feels like to have it, right? I know Lisa's cracking up. It's silly. It is so silly. I think Josh and I are going to do a Facebook Live of it one day where we just like take out the camera and just like, we got the thing. It's so fun. Okay, Lisa. Oh, let me read a couple comments. Joy, I feel like this will give me such anxiety. Every to-do list that I make, I have to get done within a few days. Otherwise, I feel so anxious that I'm not doing enough. Good. That means that you should do more of this. That means that that's the ultimate challenge for you. Good. I definitely challenge you to do this then and to allow yourself to not feel anxious about it. Just to trust and know that it's on the way. Whoa! Look at that guy!
Let me go like this.
Cute. Hi.
Hey,
I was just talking about how we jump. This is the Wake Up Happy course. And I was just talking about how we jump around now and celebrate the things that are coming to us. And we're going to Facebook Live one day.
Dude, it's so cool. Yeah, it really is. Like, you feel like you step into a portal of just manifestation and happiness. And then it happens. You're like, you almost feel like you're like jumping into the ethers, the space.
Yeah, it feels like you're like 5 years old and it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I think I'm like, feels like what an astronaut would feel like. It's like,
oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking too, I'll bring this up a little bit. It could get very late. You keep doing your thing.
Well, we're about to end. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to keep it going too much. Like,
this has already been a long video, right, guys?
Ooh,
This is longer than most. To your to-do list and tell us how that goes. Make us a video about how that goes for you. And don't forget to jump around about it. Yay! I'm going to end on Money Cat.